Welcome, everyone, to this completely unnecessary podcast for Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. Besides nicely groomed Ian Ferguson, I am the buffoon. What? Pat Contry. On the show today, we'll be talking about Nintendo stuff like Joy-Con lawsuit stuff, a Super Mario 35 review. We'll also have a nice Patreon poll topic, a couple of Q&As. First, Dean, go to ultimatenintendo.com if you want to look at stuff. We got like RBI baseball stickers, certain NES guidebook, enamel pins, CU podcast, and otherwise. And the not for resale Blu-rays back in stock, or watch it on iTunes, Google Play Store, on YouTube, wherever else, everywhere except for the Sony doesn't like us yet. But you go on your Xbox and watch it. Sony, why don't you love me? Why don't you love it and get it there? And we got to plug real quick our pal Dexter Morrill, who did the artwork on the Pat the NES Punk Volume 3 DVD. He also has done art for Norm the Gaming Historian from time to time. He's got a Kickstarter right now. It's the video game history in an illustrated children's book. It's called Mr. Miyamoto Makes Video Game History. It's a cute little children's book. He told me about it a couple months ago. I discussed some of the stuff with him about it. So, just check it out if you got a children or two in the house. And I think this might do well, though, just for people that want to collect books and learn about video game history. And if it does well, maybe he'll do a bunch more of them.
Yeah, maybe.
You're like, yeah, maybe. Matter of factly.
That's how it goes.
Matter of factly. And we're also now, Ian, our podcast is on Anchor, which is a Spotify company. We don't got those Joe Rogan bucks, but we'll get there. So go to anchor.fm/the CU podcast if you want to see what that's all about. If you subscribe to us on Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, or iTunes, it's the same. The feed goes out.
Nothing's changing. But it makes it a little bit easier. But now you can also Ian, this might backfire us, you can go to that site, anchor.fm/the CU podcast, and you can leave us an audio message out there. Anyone listening, anyone watching on YouTube, you can leave us an audio message that we can listen to. And maybe in the future on the podcast, we can play them. So I hope I don't regret that decision, but it's out there. You'll click on, leave a message, and it'll ask to access your microphone or your webcam mic or whatever you have set up on your computer. Prove to us that this wasn't a really bad decision.
Yes, prove to us that this will be worth our time to do that. But it might become a regular segment. Leave a, when I say short, under 30 seconds, under 20 seconds. Short does not mean a minute and a half, saying a comment or a question about something, and maybe we'll get to it in the future. Maybe become a regular segment. I'm kind of excited and sweating at the prospect of this.
Yeah.
At the same time. Ian, how was your weekend?
It was good. I worked. It was very busy.
You worked it, huh?
I worked. It was my coworker's boyfriend, so he took off. Boyfriend's birthday this weekend, so he took off. And I worked for him, but it was also...
Wait, you worked for the boyfriend?
No, I worked for my coworker.
It was.
He has a boyfriend.
But how you phrase it made it seem like the boyfriend I worked for. How you phrased it.
I worked for my coworker so he could have off for his boyfriend's birthday.
Okay. That makes sense. You said I worked for him, like that was like I thought he was the boss.
No, for some reason I thought like you got hired to make tacos for the birthday party. That's how I was like, he was working for him, like he got hired out. Okay, sorry. That'd be fun.
Or DJing, I don't know.
But it was also Vani's birthday. Vani's birthday was yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. Obviously, there wasn't a whole lot to do, with us being in the middle of the current times. But all she wanted to do was get some takeout, so we got ramen and bao, so like buns.
Oh, the buns are nice. The doughy buns?
Yeah, we got ramen, we got bao, we got takoyaki, we got some snacks, and we... played Darkstalkers on the arcade. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to play fighting games. So that's what we did. Our friend Skylar was in town this weekend with his friend Chad to do some arcade related stuff, and he stopped by and helped me set up my machine. So now I have much easier access to all my boards. So that's what Vonnie and I did, and it was a good time. And then we watched Adventure Time. Yeah, thanks to Chad and Scholar. They dropped by. They helped with my turned out Frankenstein Miss Pac-Man cocktail that they think that was like built from potentially from scratch and cobbled together. And so they recapped the monitor board, which was like, of course, like a weird, like unique monitor. It wasn't a common one. I think it said like it's only like wasn't with like pole position in like one other game. So that, and then put in that nice 16-1 JAMA board in there because I already had it set up for JAMA. I already had it. It was like a Pac-Man to JAMA setup. So yeah. So now I gotta redo the control panel to get extra buttons so I can play like Donkey Kong and Galaga on that. So yeah. So thanks to them there. And then what else was going on? I think I covered most of this stuff. Most of the announcements. Game 4 of the NBA Finals is tonight. Go Jimmy Butler. Go Heat. I will buy a Jimmy Butler Heat jersey if they beat LeBron and the Lakers. I kept that for every series. I was going to buy a Dame Lillard jersey if they won. I was going to buy a Jokic jersey if they won. So I'm keeping that faith alive.
Don't want the Lakers to win, but it's been hard for me to get back into bubble basketball. I don't know why. The break just screwed with the flow for me. But I am kind of excited a little bit about the Padres game tonight. It's another chance to see an LA team lose, which is something that I always enjoy greatly.
Is it game 1?
It's game 1.
Best of 5.
It's game 1 of Padres Dodgers. The Padres are a good team this year. They've really been getting better, and it's I pay attention to them through my friend John, my co-host on Extra Napkins. He loves baseball, and they've been a pretty exciting team. So
that's good.
I might throw that on in the background.
The one year I can't go to a game, I go to at least one game a year with Frank or a couple. So sometimes we've gone to four a year, like to see the Mets or Yankees play. The one time they're actually good, and we can't go.
Yeah, I usually make it to at least one baseball game every year.
They're fun. It's a picnic.
Yep, I enjoy it, and no luck this year.
You take a lift down there, you know, because that's less than charging to park if you drive there. It doesn't make any sense to drive anymore to do that, or
especially not from our neighborhoods because it's literally cheaper. It's literally cheaper to just take.
Well, the parking's $20.
Yeah.
The lift will be like maybe $15 one way, you know. So it's like it's not worth the hassle.
Split it with someone.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Ian. See, and then you get your $8 hot dog and you're fine.
I was gonna say, eat your overpriced hot dogs and drink your overpriced beer.
Now you can get sushi there. I like getting the pulled pork nachos. My mouth's starting to water. Intermittent fasting. Sorry. Okay, let's talk a little Sony, Ian. So the big hullabaloo was that Sony is changing the confirm and cancel buttons on the PS5 controller. Was it in Japan?
In Japan.
They're doing that?
So this bothers me too, a little bit.
I didn't know it was different between us and Japan.
So I think I've briefly talked about this before on the podcast. The buttons on the Sony controller were originally supposed to represent something. X for cancel, circle for confirm.
That makes somewhat sense.
Triangle for camera. It's the viewpoint of the camera.
Okay.
And then square was a map or information button. So it's a window, camera.
Yeah, right. I got you on the X and the O. I don't got you on the square and the triangle, but okay.
It makes perfect sense.
I'm trying.
Square pulls up a window. Triangle is your camera.
So a window is a map?
Or a map. It's what if you play an RPG, that's how it is.
That's as dumb as the Nintendo doing camera buttons.
Whatever.
In 64. Sorry.
It's just what they're supposed to lightly represent. But the circle and the circle and the X certainly makes sense.
Yeah.
Confirm and cancel. But for whatever reason, when they brought it over here, they swapped that around. So X is confirm and circle is cancel.
Ugh.
Nintendo has always maintained more or less the same as Japan. So what would be your circle button, which is your A button,
whatever's on the right, is always confirm.
Is your confirm, and your B button is cancel.
The left inside button.
It's really annoying. Like Vonnie just can't do it. Like if she tries to jump between Nintendo and Sony, she gets frustrated because she's suddenly pressing all the wrong buttons for everything. It annoys the hell out of me too. If you were going to change it, I don't know why you would change it.
They are not here.
Exactly. But I don't know. Do they not?
Yeah, to me it's because to me it's like circle O on confirm. Like that makes sense. X is almost always a cancel thing.
Yeah.
Or off. to me or not functioning. So, yeah, why did they change it here in the first place?
Yeah, who knows? It's very, very strange. But yes, the circle button has always been the action button over there, and they're changing it. And there's a lot. So yeah, culturally, there's a long-standing explanation. This is a Brian Ashcraft article from Kotaku for the difference. In Japan, circle or maru means okay or correct. However, the X symbol means no good or wrong.
Same here.
Yeah,
X always means no or not.
Yeah, it's not really that different.
Yes.
Which Sony translates as cross button. However, in Japan, batsu is the opposite of maru and can mean go, no, whatever. So,
yeah, this is, sorry, I gotta say this. This is the silliest thing ever, this Kotaku article. And I know they're silly in general now, but outside of Japan, X can mean X marks the spot. No, it doesn't. We're not pirates. This isn't the early 1700s. No one ever says X means X marks the spot. Like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
yeah, I usually like this guy's articles, but this is a weird one.
That's silly.
No, X means cancel everywhere.
Yes, X means non or no or cancel everywhere. On signs, X means don't come here or no.
But so there's been frustration, and people have taken to places like 2chan and My Game Newsflash to really, to voice their displeasure. Various comments are, "What a pain in the ass for Japan. Do it Japanese style. Are they at least? At last they are making it uniform."
Japan's been defeated.
Yeah, change foreign games. Foreign games did this on their own accord. One less reason to buy the PS5. Okay, that's a little extreme.
I always like seeing comments from the Japanese commenters. There's always like a different sort of style versus our comments.
And then people who think it's not as bad. I'll get used to this in 5 minutes.
Up to now, Japan has been weird. No, I'd say we have been weird. If literally,
because
the PlayStation was the only console out of all three that had the left's inner button be confirm and right being cancel.
Actually, I think Microsoft in the US had the bottom button be confirmed, but they changed it so that was the A button instead of yeah.
Don't get me started on don't get me started at how on the Microsoft they don't switch the letters around. They have to do it in an order. Like, just keep it B on the inside. Do what Nintendo established. Like, keep it all easy in our mind.
I don't really care if we do it how Nintendo established, Sony established, Microsoft established, but it's insane to me that in the year 2020, we don't just have a uniform idea of, okay, this is what you press to confirm, this is what you press to cancel.
Give us the
All
option.
the controllers have give us the option.
Give us an option, like an emulator.
Switch it.
How about a system menu? Okay, this is confirmed, and switch it out.
Yeah.
That's not impossible. Why can't you just do that? You can remap buttons in games. Why can't you do it for the system menu?
Who knows?
This is nuts. That would take them like 2 seconds to code that in. It's not hard coded into the controller. It's an input function. Oh, God. Sony traders. What are the comments? This is discrimination. The PS5 is made by a foreign company? Question mark. Okay, that's funny. This is a bullshit console. Stop fucking around.
Circle is confirm, X is cancel. This is easy to understand. Yeah. I agree.
I do not care what's done internationally. Hey, I agree with you out there in Japan. Like, it's silly that X was confirmed here. That's another reason not.
Yeah, there's no reason to change it in the first place.
But this is funny. This means that the circle on the Japanese flag is now canceled. That's pretty funny.
So, anyways, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot more to say about
that.
Well,
decides that the PS5 is going to be a failure.
Yes.
Oh, God. All right, sorry. All right, and speaking of silliness, so this was made the rounds late last week. So the PS5 Spider-Man remaster version has changed Peter Parker's face. Not just it's not just an upgrade. The model is entirely different for Peter Parker's face.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, understandably, people are like, why? Like, why was there a need to do that? And the answer was kind of weird that I saw. That originally they said, I was like, well, we want to be able to match the words better. It was something weird. But I guess they wanted to, better do the motion capture of the actual actor portraying the model for this remaster when I'm doing that. But I think some people just feel kind of betrayed by this.
Keep in mind that the face, we're not just talking like a higher res face.
It's totally different.
It does look nicer, but it
looks more realistic.
It's more realistic, but it's
it's
a different face. It's like swapping the actor out, essentially.
Yes.
Mid-season.
It kind of looks like Tom Holland, but the guy they got looks like Tom Holland. They got the actual actor. They didn't want to obviously hire Tom Holland, but it's a stand-in for Tom Holland, basically, like a stunt double almost.
Yes.
That's how close it is. And originally it's like a generic sort of thing. To me, neither of them look like how, to me, Peter Parker has been traditionally drawn, but that's okay because Peter Parker usually has like darker hair, kind of parted, kind of nerdily. Well, I guess the newer one's kind of close to that, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know what else to say that. I guess I'd be annoyed if I played it too. It's like you identified with the Peter Parker.
Right.
So, it's also a younger face model. Okay, that makes sense too because I believe the Peter in this game is supposed to be like how he's traditionally portrayed now as like a grad student age, like 23, 24-ish. I think Spider-Man now is supposed to be like about 25, supposed to be like 10 years later because he started when he was 15. Yeah, this is like a high schooler, this face. This is like early Spider-Man versus later Spider-Man. So the whole change, I think, is throwing people off with this. So, yeah. I'm not sure what else to say about that. I still have to play the damn game. I think I probably like it. But I've sort of stayed away from Spider-Man games throughout my career, except for the Sega Spider-Man arcade game that I showed Ian existed way back when.
Yeah.
We played through that. It was fun. Come on, you play a Submariner or Hawkeye.
It was a good time.
Or Black Cat. It's the only game that you can play as Black Cat. You play Black Cat as one of these?
I like the two different types of level styles.
Yeah, it zooms out.
Yeah, the zooms out stuff was actually
never
kind of fun.
ported anywhere. Some of those arcade games from the 90s. Anyway, sorry. Another Seaside Heights. Well, that was a Seaside Park. That game was there. Anyway, so there you have it. It's weird. The whole thing's weird. And yeah, are you gonna get Miles Morales? You gonna get the game?
No, I didn't play the first Spider-Man. I'm probably not gonna play Miles Morales.
Okay.
Monster Hunter.
So what you could graciously call the teaser trailer was released. What was that? Like 3-4 days ago on the 3rd. Something big, Monster Hunter.
What the hell is that?
On our 6.
Yeah, this is the whole thing.
Yep.
They're in the desert. She has a chain gun on a Humvee or Jeep, firing on this CG monster. There you go. December. That's your teaser trailer. It's 15 seconds long.
And it comes out in December?
Yes. Yeah. And this is and if there was a Monster Hunter video game that was supposed to be tied to this, in theory, you can't tell from the trailer.
No.
This looks like Resident Evil 8 or 9, whatever. This is exactly what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it does.
It's directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. It stars Mila Jovovich.
Right, I was gonna say it's got Mila Jovovich in it. It's going to be awful. I think the monster was. I'm trying to remember.
Was a monster from a game?
Yeah, I do play Monster Hunter. I believe it was supposed to be it was supposed to look like a Diablos, which is just one of the big monsters in the game. But nothing else is like. The game is, I mean, it's not like your traditional swords and sorcery, but it definitely takes place in a fantasy land.
Like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, like
right?
Final Fantasy. It's very much a Japanese RPG world. Not a military game where you drive around in the desert and gun shit down.
What a cheap looking fucking movie. They went out in the desert, they got a Jeep and put a Gatling gun on it, and they'll just CG in a fucking monster.
We'll CG everything else in. That's exactly terrible. What this movie is going to be.
We'll get TI to shoot awkwardly at something. Oh my god. Loosely, well, at least it says loosely based upon the video game series of the same name by Capcom.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're not even really trying.
They're not even trying.
It's just, I have no idea.
This has been in the works since 2012?
Yeah, this thing has been a fucking mess for a long time. Because the only, it's funny because that's the teaser trailer, right? The teaser trailer.
Call it a teaser. It's not even a teaser trailer.
No,
it's 15 seconds.
The only pictures we've seen from production are contained within that trailer. So, like, how?
Please don't tell me this is set all just in the desert. like is it that?
The only pictures I've seen are of them sitting in the fucking Jeep with, like, that gun. And it's like, what are we doing?
This says has a budget of $60 million. I mean, I don't know where it's going. If it's all going to be mostly in the desert, there's no sets you have to worry about. I guess Mila's paid probably $15 million to star in it. So
my thing is, this movie comes out in December, and this is all you're comfortable showing. Like, what the fuck is it going to be? An hour and a half of just trash.
It's the same effects studio that worked on Resident Evil films. You know how great those effects were, video effects. What's the plot? The plot's not even on the Wikipedia page.
No.
Furthering on Anderson's appreciation of the game, he stated that all the armor weapons that the hunters will wear will be based on the equipment. Yeah, but do they have fucking M16s and machine guns shooting about in those games? I don't think they probably do.
No.
All right, I'm glad I'm not a fan of the series. Again, this is blame Capcom for just signing it away without having any input. Like, it's their fault. They don't give a shit.
I'm a huge fan of the series, but luckily I'm just not that, like, I can't get upset over it. I mean, no one expected this to be good.
All right, so
ignore it.
So originally it was going to come out in September. They then delayed it to April of 2021. Now they're moving it back up to December, which is a weird thing to do. I think they realize that this is just shit. Let's just get it out.
Yeah.
Because by April, things probably won't be back to normal, but might start if we have a vaccine and slowly get to people. I don't know. But, whew, okay. That's a thing. But anyway, Ian, but speaking of Resident Evil, hot off the presses, they announced an Origins movie.
Yeah.
I guess an actual like kind of reboot, something that'll actually represent the video game.
Well, we'll see. Constantine Film is doing it, and they're the ones who did all the other ones.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So that doesn't mean anything. I have no real, hope for this. But the cast looks kind of decent so far. Kea Scodelario, Robbie Amell, Hannah John Carmen, and then
Neil McDonough, who I was
going to say Tom Hopper, Avon Jogia, and Neil McDonough, who I really like. He's
always good.
He's very good.
He's always a good hand. Going back to Band of Brothers and Minority Report, everything, TV shows. He's always good.
He was good in Justified.
He was in Justified?
Yeah, that's what it was.
He played the SEC prosecutor on Suits. He showed up a couple times a year. He's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, he plays kind of like an unhinged bad guy in Justified, and he's very, very
good.
I
never really saw him play a bad guy before.
Oh yeah, it's fucking good. I don't know. I mean,
set in 98 in Raccoon City, so they're doing a period sort of thing, which is fine. Could be fun.
So Robert says, with this movie, I really wanted to go back to the original first two games and recreate the terrifying, visceral experience I had when I first played them, while at the same time telling a grounded human story about a small, dying American town that feels both relatable and relevant to today's audiences. So, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. I would love to see another Resident Evil movie that was actually, decent. It's a good story. It's got lots of history to it and lore to it now. There's stuff to do with it there. And I personally didn't think the first Resident Evil movie was awful. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. After that, I didn't pay any attention. Vonnie says they're some of the worst movies out there.
They're just Mila Jovovich action movies.
Right.
Has she acted in anything besides those movies the past 20 years? I guess she was in a few things, but I mean... Because she's married to Paul W.S. Anderson, so I mean, I guess that helps. Your husband is directing all these movies with you in it, but she was a decent actress. What happened to her? I'm not trying to look up what else she has done.
Yeah,
she's 44. She's gorgeous. She looks like she's still 25 years old.
She is a pretty lady.
First time married with children, she was like the French foreign exchange student that was out hottying Kelly and staying with the Bundys. That was back in 89, 90. I'll never forget that. She must have been so young then. She was like 20.
So yeah, she has been in some stuff besides that. In 2019, she was in the Hellboy remake.
Oh, that did great. I hear.
The Rookies in Paradise Hills.
What the hell is the Rookies?
No idea. 2018 was Future World. No idea.
Shock and Awe.
These are she was in Zoolander 2. Yeah, so
these are action movies and direct to. Shock and Awe is a 2017 American drama film directed by Rob Reiner. I didn't even know about that. It stars Woody Harrelson, Tommy Lee Jones. That had to go direct to, limited release in theaters. So all right, I'm not judging. I'm just saying
she found her niche.
All right, she basically did a Resident Evil movie every other year for 15 years, for the most part. Starting in was that 2002, whatever the first one came out. There you go. The last one was 2016, the final chapter. So there you have it. All right, this is a funny story. I thought we'd mention it. It's kind of I saw our friend Yoshi tweet about this. Bowser arrested and charged for selling Nintendo Switch hacks.
Yes. One of the people who has been arrested in linked to this, two members of a console hacking and piracy organization known as Team Executor have been arrested and charged with fraud. One of them is Gary Bowser.
No relation to Doug Bowser.
No.
Maybe. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. French national Max Loam and Bowser, original from Canada, but arrested in the Dominican Republic, allegedly led the group, which makes a line of tools for cracking lockdown gaming hardware.
So it's a USB device called the SX Pro that allows Nintendo Switch to run pirated games. Wow. Maybe we brought this up before, but Nintendo's well aware of the group, having filed 2 lawsuits against the organization back in May. That's probably when I mentioned it, with the primary intention of shutting down third-party retailers. But this is a fraud. This is like they're going to go to prison. This is just a civil thing at this point. The Justice Department said the defendants were allegedly leaders of a notorious international criminal group that reaped illegal profits for years by pirating video game technology of U.S. companies. Woo! These arrests show that the department will hold accountable hackers who seek to commandeer and exploit the intellectual property of American companies for financial gain, no matter where they may be located. All right, there you go.
So Team Executor, they run for profit. They sell these devices, the USB devices, which has made them divisive in the actual hacking community. Lots of people do this because basically the whole idea, behind hacking for a lot of people is that information should be free. So the fact that these people are profiting off of it means that they don't have a ton of friends in the hacking community, from what I can tell, and they obviously have no friends at Nintendo, so this puts them between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, yeah, the other Bowser's going to come after him. Doug Bowser's going to browbeat him. He's not as nice as Reggie. He's going to get out the whip.
Both men face severe prison time if convicted, including 20 years for each charge of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. To commit wire fraud, actual wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering, with up to 5 years for some of the lesser charges.
Yeah, they'll go away for like 10 years, probably.
No trial date has been set.
They'll plead out.
So, yeah, there you have it.
Don't sell that shit. If you're gonna do the hacking shit or the ROM shit, like I said, don't fucking sell it.
As soon as you try to introduce profit into it, you're looking at even bigger problems.
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna catch you.
Yeah.
We talk about this shit all the time. A couple times a year, something like this comes up. Yeah.
Criminals don't think about getting caught. That's why they do it.
No, they don't.
That goes for small-time drug dealers. They don't care. So anyway, all right. So something that we surmise came to pass. Nintendo said we like people to be healthy, so we're going to keep Jump Rope Challenge around.
Oh, good.
It's not going to go away.
That's nice of them.
Very nice of them to do that.
See, look what your voice can do if you use it appropriately.
See, on Twitter they said, thanks to all players of hashtag Jump Rope Challenge and for recording 2.5 billion total jumps, or hand wags at least. As new jumpers are joining, the free download will be available until further notice and will not be removed from Nintendo eShop on 9/30.
Yay!
Nintendo does good. Big time conglomerate company makes good. There.
I'd like to think we're responsible for
yes,
Nintendo
because we said it was
staying on there.
Some of the replies were like, imagine if the whole limited time thing with Super Mario 3D All Stars is just a marketing strategy, so people get desperate to buy. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Not saying for sure, but it could be.
We'll see.
Could be. People are saying about it. It's funny that people are saying that though. It's like they're more worried about, I guess, other people, because obviously if you're worried about it, you would buy it before then. But all right. Speaking of Nintendo stuff, so they announced, I guess, the next Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character to come out, and it's Minecraft Steve. I think it's hysterical.
It's funny. In terms of my own personal excitement, it registered a fucking flat 0 on the scale. Nothing. I had there was not on the what the Richter scale. There was no movement. No.
I played Minecraft I think once in my life. I think.
I want to play Minecraft. Is one of those games that I always look at and I go, damn, that looks like a good time. And then one time I opened Minecraft and fucked around for 10 minutes and was like, oh, holy shit, and went and did something completely different. I was like,
you didn't feel like just mining and cutting down trees and getting stuff?
It is really, honestly, the type of game that should appeal to me, because I like that sort of shit. I like mindlessly mining, digging. One of the reasons I love No Man's Sky so much is simply going around destroying shit for resources. Like, I love it. But I just don't know that I want to learn another. I don't know that I want to learn another game that's all about grinding that I have to dump measurable hours into to get something out of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
I just don't know that I need that time sink, because when I look at Minecraft and I see all the cool shit people do, and people do cool shit.
They make worlds, and then their fathers will delete it from them as punishment.
Right. I would never disparage Minecraft. I think it's cool.
It's creative.
It just looks way too. There's a lot to it, and I don't know that at this point in time in my life I can commit that time.
There's games once you get to a certain age that become impossible to invest that time in. For children, this is perfect.
Well,
but for adults and people like me, it's like there's certain games I cannot play anymore. I just can't.
There are adults who play it, and that's cool, but it's at the cost of something else. I would have to play less of something else that I'm already into.
You're going to play just
up.
Minecraft,
right?
Potentially, it's like people that play World of Warcraft. You're not really dividing your time that much between that and other games. You can't. It almost becomes a lifestyle. I'm not saying Minecraft's a lifestyle, but it's closer to a lifestyle than other games are.
It's a big hobby if you want to get anything out of it.
Yes. You can't play it casually, probably, easily. Like, you have to, like, invest the time in to really get the most out of it.
Once you've learned the game, maybe you can jump in and be like, I want to make
play some deathmatch
bit picture or something. You know, maybe you're like, you know how the controls work, you know, to find everything. But anyways.
Anyway, this looks adorable. Putting the graphics in and how you move simply and hitting Mario with the sword or with the pickaxe.
If the kids like it, I'm happy.
If the children like it.
If the kids like it, I'm okay.
The little punch is adorable. Like, I think it's cute because the graphic style that they're inserting into the game, the simple, it's
I saw someone tweet, it was a very good tweet, and it made me laugh, and they were like, well, I gotta go teach today. The kids are gonna be uncontrollable because they saw Steve from Minecraft punch Mario in the nose.
There you go.
It's like, they probably thought it was very cool. I will say this, though. I didn't think there was anything I would be excited about when it came to Minecraft Steve. But then I forgot Kirby gets a transformation for every new character. And when Kirby eats Minecraft Steve, it's adorable. He just turns into a little cube. It's very, very cute.
What's his power when he does that, though? Can he use a sword or something?
Yeah, I don't know. But
is that in this video? This 45-minute release video?
There's
Sakurai.
If you just type Minecraft Kirby, it'll probably come up on Google for you.
Minecraft Kirby.
Very cute.
It said the standard jump. Oh, it is adorable. The standard jump isn't high enough to get to a platform. You have to build a block in order to jump on it to get that. That's adorable. As long as it's balanced. I'm sure they do a great job balancing his characters, right, for the most part.
Yeah.
There's like 90 of them, so of course I can't be perfect to balance that, but I guess I get as close as they possibly can.
So the fallout from it was some people were upset and some people were happy. That's how things go.
Some man babies again.
That's how things go.
It's like, who cares? There's 90 characters. Like I said last time, when did the Smash Brothers roster become some fucking weird Hall of Fame for video game characters? Well, if my character's not in, this character's in instead. That character's not as good. When did that fucking happen? When did that happen?
Yeah, I got kind of weird, like tired of people like arguing the merit of. I got tired of people trying to argue the merit of a character being in there when they put Terry in there, and people were like, "Oh,
that's what I was." Yeah, I was like, "You're a fucking idiot."
And Minecraft is important. It's popular. The kids play it. Nintendo obviously has enjoyed working a little bit with Microsoft here because they've got Banjo-Kazooie. Now they have Minecraft. The only real bummer is that there were people saying that Sakurai said that it wasn't his choice to put Minecraft Steve in. It was basically Nintendo came to him and was like, "You're putting Minecraft Steve in." But whatever. They're a business, and while I would like every character, sure, I get it, I would like every character released on these DLC packs to be a fucking home run for me. That would be great. But then I would be playing Ian Ferguson's Smash Brothers, not Nintendo's Smash Brothers. There are going...
Ian Ferguson's Smash Brothers. Great, I got to picture that in my head.
Everyone
Galaga ship, Nappy...
What characters?
It's like the Namco fighter.
Right. What characters would be in Ian Ferguson's Smash Brothers? But I don't know where I'm going. There's so many characters that it's like you don't have plenty. There's got to be. I mean, if you go back and you look at the roster, try to look at it with
you can't master all these characters.
Try to look at it with fresh eyes of wonder. There's at least 10 characters in there that you're going, oh, I like that character, and they're probably fun to play. And most of you are playing one character anyways,
or two, or three.
When you play fighting games and you want to get good at them, yeah, eventually you fall back on just a few. So, look, I get it. He wasn't excited.
I'm sorry.
Me
there's
either.
only 77 fighters in the game, not 90. That's nuts. And
There's
yes,
4 more to come.
And yes,
so there'll be 81 at the
yes,
end.
and I know that 12 are the poofy, spiky hair Fire Emblem sword guys. I get that, but there's still a ton of different characters in this game. It's nuts to me. I saw some people suggest, "Oh, you're going to get Crash Bandicoot." Listen, I will put my pat guarantee you will never see Crash Bandicoot in a Smash Brothers game for the disrespect that Sony showed Nintendo personally. They don't take that shit lightly, especially in Japan, like being dishonorable shit like that. That's never gonna happen, Ian.
I don't know.
Never gonna happen. I don't do pat guarantees like Charles Barkley that much. Would end up being opposite. That's never gonna happen.
Honestly, at this point, nothing would surprise me. But
That will
I felt
never
like
happen.
I felt like it was a very, very unlikely choice. So, yeah.
And will you see any Sony character show up in Smash Brothers?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when
You won't see God of War's guy in there. You won't see.
when Snake entered Smash Brothers, he was still more or less considered a Sony character, but he did get the Twin Snakes on GameCube, so there was still a Nintendo link there.
There was always Metal Gear history with going back to the NES.
Sure, yeah.
So that was a little bit. Yeah, I'll say that you're not going to see Crash Bandicoot. Go fuck yourself. Go in the parking lot trying to take down Mario. Edgelord Crash. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm getting angry.
Crash games are fun. All right, so yeah, well, that's it. Here we are.
That's it for the podcast. We're done.
That's it.
We're signing off for the podcast.
That's it for the intro.
We're not signing off, but that's our intro. Again, out there, go to anchor.fm/the CU podcast. If you're on YouTube right after this, if you're in the chat room during the live premiere, and leave a message for us. I'm curious what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Kind of
Do it.
cautiously do it.